Save me from this disaster of a game. I need y'all right now. Welcome in. It's your NFL Pregame Show. I'm Rob Trujillo. Flying solo today as the Bills are playing across the pond, and Sturls had promised his son they were going to watch some together. So here I am. And I hope you all haven't been awake for this first half. The Bills certainly haven't. Injuries when you fly a team across the country, across the water, across the planet to play a football game a couple days later. Just ugly. Whole thing's ugly. A couple big and bad injuries for the Bills to start the game, and they just haven't looked like themselves. So about to head to halftime there. Score is currently 11-7, but Jacksonville is going to get at least a field goal here before half, if not a touchdown. So tough start for the Bills. They look like they didn't realize they were playing a football game, which, is understandable. I feel like the NFL put them in a real tough position today. Fly over there and play the Jags, who have been there for a full week, but sometimes it is what it is. I even made the joke to my friends. I just want to pull everybody off the field. Just pull everybody off the field right now. Get on the plane, go home, make sure nobody else gets hurt. You know what I mean? That's just, I don't even care about the win. Don't even care if they win this game. I just want everybody to get healthy and get back to the United States. Disaster of epic proportion, if you ask me. All right, so I will run down each of these games, and as always, we'll bet them right in front of you. Love to hear your thoughts, predictions, questions, fantasy questions, anything you got. Hit us. It's your NFL pregame show, so anything that you want to talk about, we're here for. Bills with a strip sack fumble recovery. Huge. A huge way to go right before half here. So that will be 11-7 going into halftime. Bills are still -2.5. You hope they come back with a better effort in the second half, but I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it necessarily. These London games, just like Thursday night games, you never know what you're going to get kind of thing. All right. So let's start running down these games. I will bet them all right here with you. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm not just saying these things. If you have questions or you want to give thoughts on the games, I need you guys today. Since I'm flying solo, feel free to tell me what you think on each of these matchups as well. Gabs, what's up? Sturls is hanging out with his son, and so decided that couldn't be here this morning, which I totally understand. Time as a dad, always important. So we're letting him off the hook for today, but that means I need your guys' help as we go through and pick all these games. So tell me what you like here, and we'll fly through. All right, Texans at Falcons. Texans getting 2.5 points. For this one, listen, the Falcons haven't looked good in a couple weeks. I think they're probably a better team than they've looked like the past couple weeks. But the Texans have looked great. And I don't know. I mean, you never know what you're going to get from such a young team, right? But the bet here is very obviously Houston +2.5, which makes me want to not bet it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where you get a little bit of anxiety as a bettor because you feel like it's too obvious. Texans on the road. CJ Stroud's been killing it. But I'm going to take the 2.5 just because I feel like this is going to be a game where the Falcons can't really score with Houston. Falcons real good running the ball. They've got decent weapons. I just don't believe in Desmond Ridder so much. So I'm going to take the Texans and say that they're going to score and end up with an over 500 record at the end of today, which if you would have asked me, I never – right? That's what I'm saying, Gabs. The line feels so strange. I don't know. It feels like you should bet on the Falcons because it just feels too obvious. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Texans. I'm going to stick with my gut on it and say that C.J. Stroud's gonna have another big game. So we'll start that way. All right. Let's roll down here. Next game, Panthers at Lions. Panthers getting 9.5. I find it interesting that they didn't give them a full 2 scores. It's a situation where I don't like. You feel like they would want the Lions to, because everybody's going to bet the Lions. So like you feel like they would want to give them a 2-score deficit right off the bat. It's another strange line, not in the same way that the Texans is a strange line because I think the wrong team is getting points, but it's a strange line. Just I don't know. The Lions are 2 scores better than the Panthers. So what do the books know that I don't? It's even juiced at 105. They want you to bet the Lions minus 9.5, and I'll do it. I'll do it and deal with the repercussions, but that's 2 in a row that you feel like the lines are a little bit strange. As always, you can let me know if you've got any fantasy questions, if you got survivor pick questions, anything like that. I don't know if anybody's got action on this Bills game, but Jags plus 2.5 right now at halftime, plus 105 on the money line. It's been a real strange first half. If you haven't been awake to watch it, it's not been the greatest. We'll say it like that. All right, so I'm betting the Lions plus or minus 9.5 here at minus 105. I don't think this is the week the Panthers get off the snide here. I got a parlay today. Richardson, Montgomery, Kelsey, Breece Hall, CMC, all score at least 1 TV. So anytime touchdowns for all of them. I think that's a pretty good bet. That's got to be a huge payout, though. Montgomery might be my least favorite there, and I don't even know that he's a bad call. Just my least favorite. You know what I mean? Let's see. Titans at Colts. We were just talking about that. Gabs, this is your specialty right here. Colts are beat up. And did the Titans figure something out yesterday or last week? Colts getting 2.5 at home is tough to turn down. You know, I think you could have Anthony. Oh, Ryan Kelly is back. Well, that's interesting. The Titans are just so Jekyll and Hyde. They score 3 points and get blown out versus the Browns, and then they go home and hold the Bengals to 3 points and blow them out. Colts are sneaky good, but they've also been down a lot. You know what? I'm gonna lay the points. Sorry, Gabs. You know I love you, but I'm gonna take Tennessee. I'm gonna lay the 2.5 even on the road. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I just don't know what to expect from the Titans ever. For like the past 4 years, I felt like they were a fraud, and they've been finding ways to win games and finding ways to be good. So I'm gonna take the Titans. I'm gonna lay the 2.5 points. Sneaky pick here. I kind of like the over of 43.5, but I wouldn't make that an official pick for you. So All right, next game is Giants and Dolphins. And before I get into the breakdown of the game, y'all know what my rule is. It's real simple. I don't lay over 10 points. Not in the NFL. These guys, you cannot tell these NFL players that they're 2 scores worse than another team. Giants are going through it right now. They're still NFL players, you know what I mean? And so you're giving me almost 2 touchdowns. I'll take the 13.5 and see what happens. As far as the actual game itself, my thoughts are that Dolphins are going to come out and start real strong because of the beating that they took last week. But I think they get ahead by a lot, and the Giants kind of work their way back into it and give me a backdoor cover on this. So I think, I don't know if Barkley is playing or not. They had said last week they hoped this week, but I don't know. I don't know if they've decided that he's going to play. Well, the first thing that comes up is Saquon Barkley unlikely to play versus Dolphins, sources say. Not expected to play Sunday versus Dolphins. So it looks like he'll probably be out. Listen, it's the 2 touchdowns for me, the 13.5. If the Dolphins get up, 28-3 or something like that, pull off the gas, and the final score is 35 to 24 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's a backdoor cover situation. The Giants' offense has been horrendous all season, but 1.5 against the Cardinals. That is true. You wonder who's doing the play calling, because Dable has said that he doesn't want to take it away from Mike Kafka, but when they had a really good half, it was reported that he did. He took the play calling away, and that's how they won that game versus the Cardinals. So it'll be interesting. Listen, they have to scheme stuff to help their offensive line. Daniel Jones had no time to throw the other week. So they needed to spend the week scheming stuff to help their offensive line to give Daniel Jones time to throw. I trust Dable to do that. So we'll see. But again, I'm not betting this because I think this game is going to be good or close. I'm betting it because I think I'm going to get a backdoor cover on it, is kind of how I feel about it. So I'll take the Giants plus 13.5 there. Okay, Saints Patriots. Welcome everybody in. If this is your first time hanging out for your pregame show, normally Sterls is here with me. Sterls for the girls, and we run down every game. He could not make it this morning, so flying solo. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to bet every NFL game right here in front of you. So not only do we pick all the games, but I actually put in the bets as we go through. I want you guys to know that I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm not just out here saying it to say it. I'm saying it because I believe in it, and I'm showing that by putting down the money on it. So if you have questions or stuff like that, just know when I'm answering, I'm truly answering what I believe, because in goes the bet. Saints at Patriots. I just want to take every chance to bet against this Saints team that I can. The Patriots are a mess, though. Judon out, Christian Gonzalez out. Oh, that's a tough one to call. I think the Patriots got so punked last week that they won't let that happen again. So I think they come back with a better effort. I don't think the Saints offense is particularly dynamic. So, they get Alvin Kamara back, though. Is that this week or next week that Kamara is back? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think Jameis is unplayable, but he's just very clearly a backup quarterback. Kamara believed to be active again. That'll help that offense. Um, but I'm sticking with the Patriots. I can feel that I'm gonna regret this one. Like it's deep inside of me that I'm gonna regret this one. But I'm betting that Bill Belichick is pissed about what happened last week, and that team bounces back. So I'll take the Patriots minus the 1.5. Doesn't really matter to me. So I'll lay the 1.5. Take the Pats to get a win at home. Okay. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, Ravens and Steelers. This is such a stupid game to me. I feel like there's a lot of what I would call like stupid games this week where it's just you don't feel good about betting either side. Man, Steelers are so bad, and yet in these AFC North games, you just feel like it's going to be a field goal game and come right down to it. And the Steelers are getting 4.5. Is this the week that their offense starts to figure it out? Ravens always play down to their competition, so laying 4.5 feels like a lot. Second half kicking off, by the way, for Jacksonville and Buffalo. In London, nightmare of a game. I need y'all to save me from it. I can't handle it. It's making me very angry. All right, I'm going to take the Ravens. I'm going to lay the 4.5, and I hate that bet too. It's like the third in a row that I've just hated as I put in the bet. But, yeah, I'm going to bet on Lamar Jackson to start getting more comfortable in that offense and start making some big plays. So even against that Steeler defense, I mean, C.J. Stroud undressed him last week, so I'm going to bet the former MVP can as well. We'll see. Eagles at Rams. Rams getting 4.5 points at home. Do I think that's enough for a team that's out east flying all the way west? No, I'm going to lay the points. Eagles on the road, and it's a tough one to lay the points, but I'm gonna do it there. The Rams have been sneaky good all season, and I think that it's been a real compliment to Sean McVay. But Bill's offense has been so vanilla this game. You know, Ken Dorsey, I feel like struggles. He's their offensive coordinator. I feel like he struggles to come up with things that are dynamic. Like when he's got all off season to plan, he comes up with some good stuff. Cool, awesome, great. And then when he gets into the season, he just, yeah, all right. When he gets into the season, yeah, it gets vanilla, it gets predictable, and just ugly. Like he tries too hard to be cute. Trying to hear what the deal with Matt Milano is. Great. Another Bill injured. I want this game to end right the F now. I don't even care about winning. Oh my God, this game's making me so angry. Joe Burrow and the Bengals headed to Arizona to play the Cardinals. Joe Burrow said out loud that we need a win for our confidence. And for me, that Cardinals team has been game every week. They've showed up, even against the Niners when they lost by 13, 14, something like that. They've showed up every week. So give them credit. Give Jonathan Gannon credit. I've been betting the Cardinals this season. I'm going to go against them here. I'm going to lay the 3 points. And I'm going to say that Joe Burrow and the Bengals, when they needed to put up a win a couple weeks ago against the Rams, instead of falling to 0-3, they found it. Going to Arizona, knowing that they need a win, knowing they can't go to 1-4. I just expect them to find something. So I'm going to bet the Bengals minus the 3 points there. Oh, I haven't been scrolling down on my screen. There's the Bengals minus 3. Next is Broncos Jets. Supposed to be a juicy revenge game, and here we are, right? Rodgers versus Russell Wilson. Nathaniel Hackett comes back to Denver. All this stuff. Now it's just boring as heck. Jets getting 2.5 points on the road. Man. It's a matchup of good versus good, bad versus bad, in terms of a bad Bronco defense versus a bad Jets offense, and a good Jets defense versus what has been a okay to good Bronco offense. Yeah, the flags have been crazy, Gabs. I mean, it's like they called the refs and said, hey, everybody's here to watch you guys, so have fun. Damn. I hate everything about this one, too. I don't, these are the worst weeks when you just don't feel confident in any of your bets. I'll take the Broncos. I'll lay the 2.5 points. Maybe they get something going here. I think the Jets are going to be demoralized a little bit after losing that game to the Chiefs. And I think they're going to expect to come out here and beat the Broncos, and I think that's going to bite them. Broncos flying high after a comeback last week. If they can put two halves of football together, they're a decent team, but they haven't been able to do it yet. All right, this one, I have all week been eyeing this line, and I just like it for some reason. Give me the Vikings plus 3.5. I think the Chiefs have been escaping by the skin of their teeth. I think their offense has been struggling to find its rhythm. They will at some point, and they're going to make me look stupid when they do. But Vikings, I feel like, are backs against the wall, got to figure it out kind of thing. They're getting 3.5 points at home. I just feel like this game is going to be one of those stupid close games. So I'm going to take the Vikings, and I'm going to take the points, take the home dog. Chiefs are notorious for not covering as well. They ended up covering last week. That burned me a little bit, to be honest with you. But I think the Vikings put out a good effort today. And I even like them outright if you wanted to bet them to win that game. I don't hate that. Last week against the Jets, Kansas City, yeah, they covered the bet that I had, I guess I should say. Did they? I'd have to go back and look. Maybe I tried to middle it and they covered. I don't remember. I shouldn't say that. Okay, game of the day, no doubt. Cowboys and 49ers. Cowboys getting 3.5. And I don't think it's anywhere close. I gotta be honest with you. I like the Niners, and I like the Niners by a whole lot of points. The Niners are good at everything the Cowboys are bad at. So it's kind of one of those things where These teams are close, but I just think it's a real bad matchup for the Cowboys. I really do. Um, so I don't think the 3.5 is enough. I am surprised it's juiced for the 49ers right now. You can get 3.5, so you get 3 and the hook, and you get it at even money. I think it's a slam dunk. I think they're going to run right at Micah Parsons. I think CMC gets another touchdown, to your point about your bet, Cabs. I think CMC gets another touchdown. I think their defensive line's going to eat. I just love the Niners in this game. The Niners are going to lose at some point here soon. I don't think they are undefeated territory. I can't remember who was saying that last night. Maybe Dingleberry. I don't think they're undefeated territory, but I don't think it's this week. And then the turd of a Monday night game that we get to watch, Packers and Raiders. Packers getting 1.5, going to Vegas. How many Packers fans are going to be in that stadium? God, I just think the Raiders are so dog butt. I really do. I'm going to take the Packers, and I'm not even going to take the points. I'm going to take the Packers money line and take the plus 110. Because that point doesn't really matter to me. 1.5 doesn't really matter to me. And I'll take the plus money there. So, yeah. So, I'll take Packers plus 110 there. Man, I'm losing my mind with this game. Gabs, you think you're losing your mind with this game? I'm ready to stick my face in a meat grinder over this Bills game. All right, so there are your bets for the games today and tomorrow in the NFL. It's unbelievable. They just flagged him for playing defense. Good to know. I love how we don't get replays. Yeah, thank you. The refs really think that people are here to watch them today. People flew all the way across the country just to see them throw some flags. You know what I mean? Very exciting. Very, very exciting. Brutal. Oh, all right. I don't. Oof. Yeah, he led with the shoulder, and the wide receiver turned and like bent over. Like, why the ball got thrown behind him, and so he turned his body and reached down to the ground, and of course it's going to look like he's hunting on a big hit like that. It's stupid. Uh, oh, if you throw a flag on that, I'm going to lose my mind. Lawrence went down real awkward, and that's how you can hurt a hip flexor like that. Yeah, he grabbed his hip. Gabs, I think you're ahead of me, by the way. I don't actually have NFL Network, so I'm on a stream. This thing feels like a freaking circus. Unbelievable. Oh, so third down and 36 is where I'm at. There's your give up run. I don't know if I can do a watch along for a Bills game. Gonna lose my damn mind. I also am not talking a whole lot, which makes for a terrible watch along. um, so what do I want to do here? Yeah, why don't we end the stream? I just I don't think I can pay attention to doing the stream and watch the Bills at the same time. Of course, there's a flag. Why wouldn't there be a flag down? All right, Gabs, appreciate you hanging out. Everybody else who's been lurking around, thanks for coming in and checking out the pregame show. Again, Sterl should be back next week. Sorry he didn't make it in for this week's stream, but we'll do it at 9 o'clock Mountain, 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Eastern, again next week. More football, more picks. And if you want to keep track of how bad my picks are today, you can follow me at Rob T Radio on Twitter, and we can talk about how all my picks are terrible and I'm awful at this. Just kidding. I'm actually doing okay. But I hate my bets today. I hate everything today. I hate this Bills game. I hate my bets. It's a rough morning. All right, Gabs. Appreciate you. And we will catch you guys next time. Might either do Sunday night football watch along tonight, or Monday night. I'll do one of the two. So keep an eye out and come hang. All right, love you guys. I'll talk to you later.